Yo guys, welcome back to the second part of most anticipated enhancements. Personally, for me, I don't own most of these units, but most of these units have really good enhancements, and a lot of you guys out there will have them. So you know, some of you will, some of you won't, and those that you do have them. Those of you that do have them, excuse me, will probably really like these. So I know we just got a new Black Mage, we just got Trans Terra or whatever, and everyone's kind of forgetting about Dark Fina. But Dark Fina's enhancements, Dark Fina's enhancements are insane. So we have Dystopia. We all know Dystopia. 280% AoE one-hit dark magic attack that gets 160% multiplier increase every time you use it, up to 3 times. So Purecrysts here, 2 million gil, 4 tier 5s, 12 tier 4s. Goes into a 410 base one-hit AoE dark magic attack, and that gets 250% added to the multiplier every time you use it, up to a max of 3. So yeah, you're looking at up to a max of an additional 750% on that move. Just spamming Dystopia. You can't dual cast it, it's still a skill, but you can get well up into, what is that, like 750, 1050, 1160, I believe, multiplier on Dystopia. Just spamming it. 1160. Not bad. That's consistent damage. It's dark magic. It's AoE. In a long fight, that's probably pretty good for you. You can't dual cast it, but that is a huge multiplier. So we have her weakest enhancement by far. We have Retaliate, so 30% chance to counter with an 80% multiplier, AoE one-hit magic attack. Not really worth the upgrade. It does turn into a 35% chance to counter. Multiplier stays the same. And then it gives you a 60% mage buff, but you should already have a mage buff on your team somewhere, right? 60% is a lot, but like if you have a 40-45% match buff somewhere around there, or maybe you have more than that, maybe you have a unit that can give you 100%, or maybe you just don't need this at all. Plus your magic buff may never come, right? You're not gonna like forego putting a magic buff around your team so you can maybe have this proc. So sadly, this one ain't so hot. It ain't too great. It ain't too great. And hopefully the next one's better, right? Well, have no fear, friends. Have no fear. Dark Fina is here, right? So we have Ultima, 60 MP, one hit. Everyone knows this move. 280% one hit magic AoE, 25% ignore spirit. 3 tier 5s, 6 tier 4s, and a million gil. What does that get you? Well, it gets you an MP cost reduction of 60 to 45. The hits go from 1 to 7, so you're not finishing chain with it, but you can chain with it. And this is Ultima, so you can dual cast it. Well, what happens here? Well, it goes into a 280% 7-hit magic attack that ignores 50% mind. So when you dual cast it, you're not using 120 MP, you're using 90. And the multiplier goes up to 560 total because of that mind ignoration, whatever you want to call it, the multiplier. You know, the multiplier of how this game, I don't know why this game continues to use ignore defense and spirit when it doesn't do anything. You just might as well add it to the multiplier, right? So whatever game, but 560%, 560%, you can double cast it. Okay, 1120 instantly. This is better than Dystopia. That's the max. Like, Dystopia is only better if it hits a weakness. This doesn't care. You just pick Dark Fina up, increase Ultima, use less MP, can chain a little bit. Who cares? Do some damage. It doesn't really matter that you can't chain finish with it anymore because it's that much stronger than the original one anyway. You're not running out of MP. You can have other people chain off of you. Yada 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 yada. Dark Fina gets insane, and she becomes a good unit once again. And she's a good unit now, but she pales in comparison to this Dark Fina. So who do we have next? Oh, Luneth. Oh, Luneth. Wow, I forgot Luneth was a character in this game. Did you guys forget Luneth was a character? A lot of people forgot Luneth was a character. So we have Advance here. 3-turn self buff of 60% attack and minus 30% defense on yourself for 20 MP. not bad. No, this move does not change into Ultima. It actually just is advanced. Still, I didn't change the name. Sorry. But 1 tier 5, 2 tier 4, so pretty cheap. It turns into, not only is it a buff on yourself, buff debuff, but it turns into a 200% single target physical attack when you do use this move. So it'll at least do some damage when you apply the buff. Gives you 100% attack instead of 60, and then still gives you a 30% defense debuff. And the things only last for 2 turns instead of 3. So it might seem kind of bad, but it's actually pretty worthwhile. If you want to use this buff, you get 100%, which that's pretty high, right? A lot of you will have like a 45%, 40% increase in attack, kind of like Dark Fina. Maybe you'll have a 100% one. But you'll want this move because it gives you the damage on it, and another one of his other moves will reward you for actually using Advance in combat. We'll get to that. This is the last one. But we have Swordmaster here to go over. It's a passive. It's very cheap to upgrade. It's currently 20% attack when increased, equipped with a sword. Costs no tier 5s and only 1/4. Very cheap on the Gil as well. Well, what does it change into? Well, it gives you 50% attack when equipped with a sword, greatsword, dagger, or katana. So yes, you can give him like greatsword, katana, pretend that he's Orlandeau, pretend that he's Noctis, pretend that he's anyone that gets, you know, Gilgamesh, like Master of Arms, you know. Luneth can think he has 6 arms and held, you know, 16 different weapons. But he'll be able to get 100% attack increase. That's huge. That's 80% attack increase. This costs nothing to upgrade. And it lets you use better weapons. You're not stuck using swords, or stuck with using swords. So this is an insane enhancement. It costs nothing, literal pennies. And it's technique. So like, you're not using them anyway. Get this, if you're using Luneth, and then the main reason, the main draw, the coolest part about his enhancements, no, it's not the 80%, 100% attack increase. It's not advanced, it's not the other thing, it's cut through. So we have cut through right now, 250% single target, 1 hit, physical attacking, or 25% defense. Look at these costs, 4 tier 5s, 12 4s, and 2 million gil. Oh my goodness, 50 tier 1s. You'll be farming that for years, right? So, what does it turn into? If Advance was used last turn, it's a 525% physical attack, 1 hit, single target, that ignores 50% of your enemy's defense, which means it is a 1050 attack multiplier in 1 hit, which means you can finish a chain with it, which means awesome. Also, if you used Advance last turn, you have a 100% increased attack bonus. So use Advance first turn, get your, you know, debuff the enemy with some of the other units, use Advance on Luneth to buff his own attack up, and then on the second turn, do some chaining, hit him with a cut through, 1050% multiplier with a 100% attack increase buff on Luneth. Oh, cut that enemy, literal cut right through him. I did not mean to make that joke, but it happened. And if that doesn't happen, it's still a 350% multiplier with ignore 50% defense instead of a 250 ignore 25. So you go from a 250 ignore 25, which is roughly a 1.33, so I don't know, like a somewhere in the 300 and something ballpark multiplier, to a 700% multiplier. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Luneth gets real good, super good. Cause like he's pretty strong right now for new players because he has innate dual wield. The problem with him right now is his multipliers on his moves aren't very high, and he doesn't get very many attack bonus stats from equipping different pieces of gear. So well, that changes, huh? Yeah, Luneth gets ridiculously strong. Ridiculously strong. So, a unit that I love, I don't even own, but luckily she loves me back, but not enough to be on my team because I can't ever get her, is Marie, right? So we have Love You All, base function here. Man. These technical issues, bro. It crashed last night and I don't know, half my stuff didn't save. Awesome. Anyway, Love You All's AoE 5 turn, 50% all elemental resistances, right? It is not cut through. It's not cut through. It does cost 60 MP though. So 3 tier 5s, 6 4s, and a million gil. What does it turn into? AoE 5 tier and 50% all elemental resist. And then, whew, Marie, what are you doing over here with your life? AoE 10,000 HP heal with a 15 times multiplier on your spirit mods split over 5 turns. So, no, she doesn't heal everyone for 10,000 HP right away. What she does do, though, is give them a 10,000 HP base regen split over 5 turns with a 15 times multiplier. A 15 times multiplier. So, you're looking at people getting like, I don't know, probably 3k at least HP back regen per turn from Love You All for 5 turns. That's like a Kiraja and a half. Maybe even 2 Kirajas depending on how much spirit your healer has. That's a crazy amount. That's Marie. Marie really loves us all. Marie's strong. Oh my goodness. That's not it though. She's got more. She's got more. So she has Lovely Guard as well. Right now, 3 turn AoE, 100% resistance to Blind, Sleep, and Silence. Cool. Give her some Purecrysts here. 3 5s, 6 4s, and a million gil. 3 turn AoE plus 100% resistance to all status ailments. And a 3 turn plus 40% defense spirit. So, yeah. Turn 1. Just give you a defense and spirit buff. And you're immune to all status elements, I believe, except for Stop, because Stop's not classified as a status element. That seems pretty strong. I can get behind that. So you have like Lovely Guard and Love You All for your two buffs of choice then, Marie. Yeah, no, Marie, you're pretty good green mage, right? Then we have the old Reflect. The old Reflect. So 3 turn, 1 reflect, 1 party member, 1 target, reflect 100% damage of 1 magic attack. Great. What does it change into? Oh, you put reflect up and it lasts for 3 attacks instead of 1. Pretty strong. Downside is you can't like heal that person with magic, but if you have a 3,000 HP regen on everyone on your team, okay, so like just put reflect on like your tank and your healer. Or something, or you're tanking one of your DPS, you're tanking your squishiest person in like a fight where the enemy's using a bunch of magic. Great. Awesome. Okay, thanks Marie. Thanks Marie. Alright, so, well, I had to mention him. Yeah, just had to mention Big Man Orlandeau. Because yeah, he's really strong. He gets stronger. Did you know he gets stronger? Yeah, he gets a lot stronger. So we have Black Lion Emblem. 40% attack when equipped with the Great Sword, and Blind, Sleep, Paralyzed Resistance when equipped with the Great Sword. Cool. A little bit of technique crystals here. Turns into a wall of text. So he keeps the first effect, the Blind, Sleep, Paralyzed, Resist, and 40% attack when you have him equipped with the Great Sword. Then he gets 20% HP and 40% attack if you equip him with a normal sword. And then he gets 40% attack when equipped with a katana. So more than likely the sword part isn't there because you're not going to use it. You're going to give him a great sword and a katana still, so you can put Blade Mastery on him. But you'll get another 40% attack from that katana. Instead of just the 50% from Blade Mastery, you'll get 50 from Blade Mastery, and then another 40% from this upgraded Black Lion Emblem passive. Okay, so it's just more attack. More attack on your more attacking Wani Orlandeau. Sweet. Crush Weapon. Pretty good break here. Turns from a 40 to a 45% attack magic debuff. Then it lasts 5 turns instead of 3. So you just break 1 time and like never have to worry about it ever again. Good. I'll take it. Also costs like not anything. Costs 1 tier 5, 3/4. Probably worth it if you're using Orlandeau and you use Crush Weapon every once in a while. Pick this up. Then we have Divine Ruination. Yes, the move gets stronger. It gets stronger. It goes from a 200% 7-hit physical attack to a 260% single target 7-hit physical attack. Percentage increase isn't that big, but this move already does ignore 50% defense. So it goes from a 400% actual multiplier to a 520% actual multiplier. So yeah, it goes up by another 120% damage. great. Or a 1.2 times multiplier, whichever way you want to look at it, it's the same. Just apples, oranges, tomato, tomato. Apples and oranges, no, just tomato, tomato. Super expensive though, as you can see. 4 5s, 12 4s, 2 million gil, 50 1s, 32 2s, and 25 3s. Like, have fun getting that stuff. You won't have fun getting that stuff. It won't happen. Oh. Alright, boys. Ramza's here. Big man Ramza is in town. Alright, so if you did not know about Ramza and what he gets, this is what happens to our poor man Ramza. Turns into a permanent bard. Why? Because he goes from a 40% all stats while singing. Upgrade this move. Spend these support crysts. This is where you want to. If you have Ramza, this is where you're spending your support crysts. I'm telling you right, you don't have a choice. I'm not giving you a choice. This is what you do. This is just what you do. You go and you get the best unit in the game. So what does it turn into? Well, it's plus 100% attack, defense, magic, and spirit for all party members while singing for 3 turns. Also, while he's singing, he gives you a 1,150 HP heal with a 8 times multiplier split over 3 turns, and a 20-ish MP heal with a 0.5 spirit multiplier split over 3 turns as well. Oh, he just gives you all of your stats plus 100% with some regen for your MP and some regen for your HP. Yep, you do nothing but sing hero rhyme with Ramza ever again. Usually that's what you want to do. What else does he have though? This is broken. This is the thing to do. Ramza is insane. So 2 of the other things he does get, he gets an upgrade to Mind Break, which, look at this, 60% 5-turn magic debuff. Pretty expensive, but is a 60% magic debuff. 60% is so much, right? Highest in the game for sure. Relatively expensive, 3 5s, 4 6s, or 6 4s, I mean, excuse me. But 60%, that's crazy. And then on top of that, he gets a 60% attack debuff. So Ramza he's gonna help you survive, right? If you pick both of these up for whatever reason and get Hero's Rhyme. I don't know, like 60% is almost overkill. It's so high, right? Because like, what are you gonna like weapon break and then Hero's Rhyme? I think you just Hero's Rhyme. So I don't even know if you want to get these, but maybe you do. Like maybe something comes out that you just absolutely need to reduce the damage by as much as possible, and you need weapon break and magic break 60% on that enemy. They are single target though, so keep that in mind. Okay, so not quite done yet. I do have like 7 more dudes, but yep, you guessed it. Don't want to make a 40-minute video for part 2. So please tell me who out of here you're most excited for. If there's someone you're most excited for that's not listed here, hopefully they'll be in the next one, right? Hopefully they'll be in the next one. So yeah, go ahead and let me know. I'll catch you guys later.